Hi guys, welcome back to The Call. Well, so far this morning we've had the legends of William Tell and of course Beverly Hills at 90210. But still to come we of course have the Home and Away Omnibus. Remember, we're here all day long today, so no worries about that. We're going to keep you entertained right through till tea time, so don't go away at all. Before I give you more information on what's on, it's time to join the 5 News this lunchtime.
It's 12 noon, I'm Katie Ledger. More mass demonstrations are being staged at the summit of world leaders today in the Italian port of Genoa. It follows the death of a protester who was shot by police during riots yesterday. Well, 5's James Bays is in Genoa. James, how have events gone there this morning?
Katie, it's relatively calm here this morning. I think Genoa is shocked by the violent events of yesterday. We're expecting another protest later today. In fact, protesters have been arriving, more protesters arriving here this morning, mainly peaceful protesters. The fear, though, is that some of the more extreme groups, the violent anarchists, will come here again and cause further trouble. This city is a very surreal place at the moment. If you're a journalist and you're allowed to go inside the red zone, it's almost like a ghost town. The only people there are journalists and delegates at the conference, and outside the secure zone it's very different. It's parts of Genoa are like a battlefield, burnt out cars and debris everywhere.
James, the violence seems to have completely overshadowed the politics there. What are leaders like Tony Blair and the rest of the world leaders there actually saying about the violence?
Well, they certainly have condemned the violence, and they regret the fact that someone has been killed here. They're obviously going to be asking questions about the future of these sort of gatherings. The only person who has expressed any sympathy with the protesters is the French President, Jacques Chirac. He said if so many people are protesting, we ought to be listening.
As you said earlier, it seems like a city under siege. What about the local residents? What are they saying?
Well, obviously they're very shocked by the fact that a 23-year-old man from Genoa has died. A shrine has been set up here to him. Many of the residents, though, of this town aren't here. About 20% we suspect are still in the city. The others, I think, have shut up shop. All the shops here are closed, all the cafes. This is not really a normal city at the moment.
Thanks, James. Jeffrey Archer was allowed out of prison this morning to attend the funeral of his mother only 48 hours after his conviction for perjury. The millionaire author was taken from Belmarsh Jail in South London, where he's begun a 4-year sentence, to the service in Cambridgeshire. 5's Catherine Jones reports.
Arriving to pay his last respects in a prison van with a police escort. This morning, Jeffrey Archer was driven to a hidden rear entrance of Cambridge Crematorium for his mother's funeral, while his wife Mary and the couple's 2 sons arrived for the chapel service more conventionally. Once inside, the prison officers guarding the pier did reportedly allow him to change into a black suit brought by his family and to sit alongside his wife and sons. Lord Archer was allowed to leave his Old Bailey trial to race to his mother's bedside 10 days ago. She died later the same day. Lola Hayne was widely seen as the one who'd shaped her son's ambition and his reckless streak. She said his life would be bound to be full of ups and downs, but she didn't live to see his final disgrace just 2 days ago when the pair stood in the dock to hear a 4-year prison sentence handed down for perjury and perverting the course of justice. Lola Hayne once described her son as a small angel turned out into a cruel world. This afternoon, after a memorial service at this Cambridgeshire church, he returns to a crueler world than his mother could ever have imagined. Catherine Jones, 5 News.
Now more stories making the headlines this lunchtime, and 6 people have been arrested following overnight fighting in Brixton, during which 2 policemen were injured. Around 120 youths went on the rampage, looting shops and smashing windows following a peaceful demonstration to mark the death of Derek Bennett, who was shot dead by police on Monday. Footpaths in England are being reopened today following the foot and mouth crisis. The government says 85% of rights-of-way should be in use for the summer holidays, but there will still be a 3-mile protection zone around infected premises and on some individual farms. And at least 139 people have been killed and millions marooned by floods and landslides in eastern and southern India in recent weeks. Soldiers have been rescuing people from rooftops and delivering food to people cut off in submerged villages. The floods there have been caused by heavy rains during the past month in the upper reaches of the rivers. The search resumed this morning for a group of builders feared trapped in a collapsed building. Rescue crews have been using heavy lifting gear to clear the rubble of a block of flats near to Tottenham Hotspur's football ground in North London. Dan Rivers reports.
A digger is now being used to try and pull away some of the rubble at the scene of yesterday's collapse. Slowly, piece by piece, the remains of the shops and flats are cleared. But rescuers are still unsure if their frantic efforts are in vain. It's not been confirmed that the 5 missing builders were in the building when the accident happened. The search resumed at 9 o'clock this morning after the team of rescuers worked into the night, using high-tech listening and imaging equipment to check for any signs of life. 4 people were pulled from the debris minutes after the collapse, including this little girl. The dramatic moment she was lifted to safety by firemen, caught on video by a passer-by. The building was being renovated at the time of the accident. 2 shops on the ground floor were knocked into one. Once the search operation is complete, there will be serious questions about how such a tragedy could have happened. Dan Rivers, 5 News.
On to cricket now, and England's bowlers hope to bring their side back into the Ashes test against Australia at Lords this morning. But the English bowlers have failed to make a breakthrough despite great opportunities. Mark Butcher dropping this easy catch. But a short time ago, England did capture a wicket. Australia currently 314 for 6. That's a lead of 127. On to golf, and Colin Montgomerie hopes to maintain his lead in the Open at Royal Lytham this afternoon to bring some rare sporting glory to Britain. Monty, who's never won a major, is just 1 stroke ahead of his nearest rival after the opening 2 rounds of the tournament. He's 4 shots clear of the holder, Tiger Woods. Quick reminder of this lunchtime's top stories. More mass demonstrations are being staged at the summit of world leaders today in the Italian port of Genoa. It follows the death of a protester who was shot by police during riots yesterday. Quick look at today's weather. Wet day across most of the country with heavy showers in the north. Patchy rain in the rest of the country with a top temperature of 21 degrees. That's it for now. I'm going to be back at 5:55 and again at 7:50 with all day's news and sports. See you then. Bye-bye.
Hi guys, welcome back to The Call with me, Kate McIntyre. Well, now the fun starts because we have all our new stuff coming to The Call. Home and Away Omnibus is on its way in a sec. That's followed by a new series called New Key. Then we pinch the Powerpuff Girls as well. But that's not it. There's loads more. Check them out.
Cue the music, please. Oh yeah.
Should we get our fortunes read?
I'll pass. Knowing the present is bad enough.
All right, guys, line up. Show us what you got.
I might have suggested in a very roundabout way that you were interested in me.
She's my girlfriend. You just screwed up my relationship.
That's the funny part.
Well, apart from all that cool stuff, we also have Rad at 3:30, so you can catch up with all your skateboarding action with Mark and Christian. And of course, that's followed at 4 o'clock with the lovely Abby Eastwood and the Pepsi charts. All your top tunes will be played for you to boogie around your living room. But now, though, it's time to join the gang in Home and Away. Remember, they were with me last Saturday down at the photographic studios. But now we want to catch up with exactly what's been happening Monday to Friday down in Summer Bay. Hope you're going to enjoy it. I'm going to get a cup of tea.
Home and Away, sponsored by Bodyform.
She's brainwashed you. She wants you all to forget about me. That's what she wants.
You need help, Mom.
No, she's the one. She's the one that has managed to let me in.
She's not a bad person, you know. I mean, I know what she did today was way out there, but she's just got herself all mixed up.
Well, for a start, I don't really think we've got the space. I mean, the spare room's all right for a night here and there, but really I use it
No,
as
I don't think you
a study
understand. We don't need a spare room. Peter will be in my bedroom. As I said, we're husband and wife.
You know we belong together. You and I forever and ever. No matter where you are, shooting star. And from the very first moment I saw you, I never felt such emotions. I'm walking on air just to know you are there. Hold me in your arms, don't let me go. I want to stay forever, closer each day, home and away.
You can't be serious.
Yes, Mother, we are. And we'd like your support.
No! Edward, I'm sorry, I cannot allow you to move in together.
Why not?
Well, for a start, you're too young.
Legally, we're not.
And it's obvious you haven't thought this through at all. Do you really want to put Peter through the emotional and physical trauma of...
We're prepared for that.
Mother, we thought about all this before we decided to get married.
Oh, this is ridiculous. You are not married.